Yeah, hello, legends. Welcome to Wavematics Weekly Forecast for May 26th to May 22nd, 26th, 2023. And today is going to be a very interesting week. There's a lot of patterns that I'm seeing, and when I see those patterns, I get very confident about what the market wants to do and what the market is doing. So we are going to dive straight into today's analysis and look at my watch list, what I'm looking at, what I'm waiting for the market to do, the confirmations and other things I'm looking forward for the market doing, then how to get into these trades and manage your trades also. Let me know in the comment section if my sound is okay, if you can hear me clearly, and if you can see my screen. Those with us live now, let me quickly go to the comment section and let me know if the sound and you can also see my screen as we dive deeper into today's analysis. Okay, as usual, as we do wait for the confirmations, we are going to start with the dollar index, just like we always do. With the dollar index, we've been in a particular discussion for some time now, and we're looking at this pattern. We're looking at this pattern for the weeks that were ahead of us. Okay, I'm getting confirmation that the sound is okay. I'm getting confirmation the sound is okay. Okay, I can see Malik joining us. Malik also joining us now. I can see Bobby is also asking of BTC and crypto. Okay, so what we are going to do is, if you have any pair that you want me to look at, just leave it in the comment section so that we can be answering those ones, those who are with us live. This is going to help us do justice to those ones who are with us live. So if you have any question or if you have any pair or instrument that you want me to analyze, just come straight into the comment section and leave a comment, then we will look at it. Okay, just like we were doing, we'll start with the dollar index. With the dollar index, we've been looking at this particular pattern for some time, and when price was about to break this particular channel, I think when we were having this wave one, I did inform you that when there is a break, we are going to look for a correction, which is very important. For us to always wait for a correction, and that is exactly what price did. After we had this wave one, we've been discussing in these weeks, how these corrections is going to end. And after the correction, we are anticipating a move to the upside for a strength in dollar for wave two. And that is exactly what the chart is doing. That is what the chart is doing. So this particular week, we are still looking forward to price moving to the upside, to continue the strength that we are having, for the USD. After which, when the wave 2 is completed, we will start looking for a weakness in the dollar for a wave 3 continuation to the downside, So as it stands now, we want to still see price push forward this particular week. Now, if you look at our subdivision, we have blue wave 1. We are looking forward for a wave 3 completion, where it is already completed, and we want to see price move a little bit downwards for a wave 4. And once the wave 4 is completed, we are going to see price give us a final wave for wave 5. So that is what we are looking at the dollar index. We want to still see price push a little higher this particular week also. So a strength in dollar for the short term, and this is going to affect all the majors when we are going to look at the EURUSD and the rest. So that is what we are looking at the dollar index. So we are going to jump straight into the other pairs. And look at it from the perspective of the Elliott wave and other technical analysis. Okay, if you are hearing me for the first time, my name is Peter Pell, and I'm connecting you live from Toronto. So let me also know you where you are watching us live from, or if you are watching the replay, where you are connecting us from. So as a family, as trading legends, you understand where we all are connecting. So let me know in the comment section where you are watching us from, the city, the country, or wherever region that you are connecting us from. Let me know in the comment section. Okay, so let's jump straight into EURUSD. As I've been seeing your comments, I'm going to look at them. So don't keep them coming. Once and before I finish the stream, I'm going to make sure that all questions or all requests have been answered. Okay, I can also see someone joining us live from Thailand. That is okay. So in EURUSD, this is what we are looking at. at this particular week. This is what we are looking at this particular week in euros. Just like the dollar index, with Euro USD, so we've seen a wave one to the upside. Then now we are looking at this particular big correction that has been happening in the weeks ahead of us, where we are looking at this ABC correction, and price is still ongoing. So we want to still see price to move a little lower for the completion of this particular wave C, as the dollar strengthens, as the dollar strengthens in the short term. And once we are that, we will start looking for this particular move to the upside, where the euro is going to get stronger than the dollar. So in this particular week, we are still, wave count is still ongoing. We want to see a completion of this particular wave one. We are seeing a very nice subdivision of wave 3. So we want to see a move to the downside for wave 4 and 5 to complete this particular red wave 1. Then after that, we are going to look at a pullback, a correction for wave 2. So in anything, we want to see price come to, give us that 5 waves to this particular low. This is where we are looking forward for price finding support. Or if we are looking at an expanding flat, then we want to see price move lower than that. But as it stands now, we are looking at a subdivision. This can be counted in different ways, whether a WXY or whatever price action that is given. But the most important thing is to know that we are looking at a three-wave pattern, where we want to see price move lower to the downside. So in this particular week, if you are not in a trade in this particular one, I'll wait for the wave 1 to complete. In this particular section. Then once we have that wave 1 completion, I'll start looking for the correction, because if we get a very nice 3-wave pullback for the wave 2 correction, you are going to get a better trading the wave 3 of it in this particular week. So if you're not in the trade, don't worry about it. Wait for the red wave 1 to complete. Then after the correction of the wave 2 pullback, you can get a very good trade for with the red wave 3 as we come down to this particular black wave A supports when price is coming to that level. So that is what we are looking for in Euro USD. And we have some few requests. Okay, I'm seeing gold. I'm going to look at these things. I'm seeing BTC. I'm also seeing George also watching us live from Dubai. Okay, welcome. Okay, Barbie is also watching us live from Europe. So that is what we are looking for in Euro USD. We will try and cover a lot of pairs. So I'm seeing your request. I'm going to look straight into them. So if you have any request or any comment about it, just leave it in the comment section. Then we will dive straight into it. Also, we are also going to look at the pound USD, which is also developing a very interesting scenario. So before even we jump straight into the pound USD, if you are watching us live, let me know. Just give me a comment section. I want to see those with us live and who also watches the replay version. So if you're in live with us right now, just leave me in the comment section live. And if you're also watching a replay, just give me a hashtag replay as we continue. So in the pound USD, this is very interesting scenario. We've been looking at this particular 5-wave for this A, and now price gave us a nice wave 4 correction for a triangle. Then we talked about this ending diagonal, I think 2 weeks ago when I did a live stream, and the updates that I gave to you on Telegram and in our Facebook group. So now we are seeing this particular wave, this particular structure, which I am looking at it from a leading diagonal point of view. So we have wave 1. So we want to see price push to the upside for a wave 2. Price push to the upside for the wave 2. So if we get a clear break out of this particular a clear break out of this particular leading diagonal resistance, then we want to see a 3-wave move to the upside for a wave 2 completion. Then once we are done with that, as we expect the dollar to strengthen in the dollar index, we will start looking for a move to the downside for this particular wave 3, for red wave 3. So just be patient about it. Wait for a clear breakout from this particular leading diagonal scenario, So whenever there is a leading diagonal and other stuffs like this, you can check your oscillator, either the RSI or the MACD, then you start seeing a lot of divergence also going on at that particular front, where you can see there's a lot of bullish divergence below here, which signal that, okay, the sellers are losing momentum on this particular one. So there is a possible scenario of price having a turning point. It can be a correction. That is why you need to understand the perspective of what the market is doing, not just because there's a divergence, market is going to reverse. Sometimes it's just going to be a pullback. So we look at divergence, we look at these oscillators in the analysis of the bigger picture. I am doing analysis on these things, looking more on the 4-hour on the live stream. But before even I do any of these analysis, it is not something I just start from the live stream. Those who are with us in the legendary trade room will testify that before we look at the weekly, we look at the daily analysis. We don't just start from the 4-hour. Then in the trade room, we look at also the 1 hour for the paid members. So if you're on the sidelines and you want to just get in with us, you can jump in. So let's say in pound USD that we are looking at it, before even I do any live stream, the members always get their charts early. So this is what we've been looking at since January 8th. So we are looking at this particular bigger picture. So if you look at this daily time frame on May 14th, we've still been looking at price giving us this particular move to the downside for a wave B. Price giving us this particular move for the downside for the wave, and that is what is happening. So it is just like, if you understand what is happening on the bigger picture, then we keep on scaling down to the lower time frames to get very good entries, on these charts. So if you want to join us, just go to permarkets.com. We are having a 50% promotion, and you can take advantage of it in a very good way to get value for money in whatever for the pound USD. So wait for a 3-wave correction to the right, wait for a 3-wave correction to the upside. Then you can start looking for sell entries at the reversal points of what the market gives in the course of the week. Okay. I'm seeing Barker is also asking of gold. I'm going to look quickly at gold. Ramsey is also connecting us live from Durban, South Africa. So Ramsey, you are welcome to the live show. If you have any question, just let me know in the comment section, and we are going to jump straight into it. So let's quickly look at gold as it was requested. So in gold, this is what we've been looking at. You see, if you watched, I think since about 3 weeks, we've been looking at this particular move. This particular pattern is something that we've been looking at, where we are anticipating price to give us this ABC correction, just like what is happening on the EURUSD, for us to come a little lower. So in gold, there's 2 scenarios that is possible. If you look at this, price has broken this particular low of the wave A. So there's a possibility we can have a turning point to the upside right from where we are now, or but I'm still looking at the wave count. If we are to have a turning point at this particular side, then there's a possibility of we looking at a WXY, but I'm more interested in the ABC of the primary count we are looking at. So with that particular, we want to still see price push a little lower to give us an expanding flat. Once we get that particular expanding flat, if you are not yet in this particular trade, you can wait for a clear entry of this 5-wave finishing. This 5-wave finishing to the downside. Then after that, you can jump straight into start looking for long setups. What is the alternative count to this? If you want to look at that, okay, if this is the end of maybe the wave Y and price wants to give us a reversal to the upside, then we want to see a clear move to the upside. And the clear move to the upside is not enough for us to give us that confirmation. Then after that, we want to see a correction to that particular move. Once we get a move like this, a move to the upside and the correction, then we are going to switch our analysis to the bullish scenario where we want to see now price move. But before then, just a print of one candlestick is not enough for us to give us the confirmation that we are in the upside. Always wait for a candlestick. Wait for a move to the upside. That is an impulsive move. Then once you are done with that, you wait for a correction. To that particular impulsive move. Then start looking for the move to the upside. So that is what we are looking for gold. We have two scenarios that we are looking at, and it's very interesting how to trade this particular. So when you go to the lower time frame, we want to see this blue wave 3 completes, and at the end of the day, we still want to see this 5 wave move to the downside. Don't forget it's a wave C, and an ending diagonal is also possible. But currently we want to see this structure move in this particular way, So if you have any questions, if you have any pairs that you want me to look at, we are going to look at it from I'm going to look at the comment section as we go ahead. So now we've looked at gold. Let's jump straight into the Kiwi dollar. I'm making this analysis from those who, we posted in the earlier during the weekend that if the price that you want me to analyze. So also some left a comment in those particular posts. So those are the ones I used to combine and compile what that I need to analyze, because I do analyze a lot of charts, and the legendary trade room do get about at least 20 pairs instruments every day updated. So when it comes to the live stream, we cannot cover everything, but if you are fortunate to be with us live too, you can also request your charts as I look at them. So in the Kiwi, this is what we are looking at. If you also want us live on YouTube, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, help us grow, because I have a lot of content that is coming on only for YouTube, and these are contents that is very interesting. So if you're watching us live on YouTube, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we are going to look at it. Okay, I'm seeing someone also connecting us from Thailand. Angel is also connecting us. He's saying, I'm around again. Angel, let me know where you are connecting us from today, which city that you are connecting us from today, as we go ahead to the Kiwi dollar. In Kiwi dollar, is giving us a very interesting scenario. We've been updating you on this particular pair for some time, and now you see we in the bigger picture we are looking like a WX, and price has given us this particular wave. As we were waiting for this particular break of this particular trend line, we had it, and now as we have that particular break, just like I always say, when there's an impulsive move, wait for its associated correction. So the move on this particular one, was not enough for us to just enter a sell setup. From there, we are waiting for the correction, and this week is presenting as a very good correction from this perspective. And once we are having that correction, we are going to this week that on in the correction. Like last week, EURUSD, the USD Japanese yen. If you are not joined us also on Telegram, you can also join us. I'm going to leave a link to a Telegram channel in the comment section. So if you want to join us also, you can join us now. You see, we've been updating this particular pair for some time. Before even the break, that was what we were looking at. Once we have the particular break, we wait for it to break through to this particular end. Then we are going to have a correction. So if you look at May 15th, once this move was happening, my focus was more on this particular wave B, because that is what is going to give you the good trade that you are looking for. So, and now this particular week, that wave B correction that we are looking at is almost done. Is because it's giving us price is giving us an interesting turning particular one, because as the correction is getting done, it is also giving us a turning point where we are at 50 to 61.8 fib level. At the same time, price is also having a rejection at the channel resistance. So it's a very interesting turning point, and that is what we are looking at. So now price is giving us this particular move to the downside. So we are looking at an entry from this particular level, And if you're also, let's say, a conservative trader where you don't want more of risk, you can wait for a breakout of this particular channel, or you can go to the lower time frame, wait for this particular move to finish on the lower time frame, the 1 hour, 15 hour, then it's also going to give you its associated correction, because the market always moves in fractals, and whatever that is happening on a bigger picture, it repeats itself continuously in the lower time frame. So you can also go to the lower time frame and wait for a correction on this. But those with us who know how to get into in this trade, you can also get in as soon as the market opens, what price gives you, and get your stop loss on top of this particular fib level. If price also push down and you are a swing trader, then you can wait also. If in case price is going to give you back in this particular one, then you are going to use this invalidation level to look at the move to the downside. But that is also only for swing trading. That is because without swing trading, you can't leave such a huge stop loss on this particular one. So that is what we are looking on Kiwi dollar. That is what we are looking on Kiwi dollar. Okay, Barbie has been requesting a lot on BTC, so let me quickly jump straight into one of the cryptos and look at BTC for her. Look at BTC for her. So in Bitcoin, this is what my I'm looking at Bitcoin. If you look at BTC now, I've been having this bullish scenario for some time now, where we had this particular wave one, then this correction is still ongoing. So we had an ABC for this particular correction. Then we started having this move to the downside. Are we ready to go to the upside on this particular one? Now we are waiting for this particular breakdown. We are waiting for this particular move to the upside. So if this is it, then we want to see the correction complete on this particular one, and ABC. There is a possibility price is going to test this particular channel again, but the confirmation level is for us to come back. If we are to break through this particular one, then it's going to give us more confirmation that okay, on the new impulse that is starting, we are going to the upside. But if you look at this big wave one and its wave two, its confirmation, bullish level confirmation will be when we break out of this particular wave B. Once we break out of this particular wave B, then we are very certain that, okay, now Bitcoin is ready to go to the upside. So we want to see price move to, if you're able to get to the 30K level, then we have more confirmation that price is going to go to the upside. But as it stands now, it is sometimes, if you are not very skilled in how to trade these things, you can allow price to form its patterns first before jumping in. But those who jump in early always get a very good risk to reward ratio. So looking at this particular pattern, there's a possibility price can test this particular channel to the downside. Then we will start looking for a move to the upside. So that is what we are looking at on Bitcoin. We are still very bullish on it. All that is happening now is a correction to this particular impulsive move. And always remember that whatever that is happening in this particular channel is still a correction, though an impulsive move might be starting, but once we are not yet through with that particular impulsive move, everything happening in it can still be considered as a correction, because price can decide to make one more low before it going up. So whenever you are trading a correction inside a big channel like this, you always manage your trade very carefully and look at the patterns as its progress. So I'm very bullish on Bitcoin, and this is what that I'm looking at on Bitcoin. So if you want to get more details on this particular move, just let me know, and I'm going to leave you a link in the comment section. Those who requested for the Telegram channel, I'm just dropping a link of it in the comment section so that you can join us on Telegram also to get the notification whenever charts are being released on this particular one, on this particular one. So we are going to jump straight into the next one. Let me see if we have any other questions that I've not answered. Okay, I think I'm seeing BTC. Let me jump straight into most of the things that okay, we were looking at Kiwi dollar. So once we are looking at Kiwi dollar, let's look at the Aussie dollar also, which is also having a very similar pattern, on particular one. Okay, but Bobby, I think I've done justice to your BTC for you. BTC for you. So in Aussie dollar to this is been this for some time now. If you channel, when we were waiting for this particular break, I did talk about it most of the live stream when we were looking at this particular break, that price should give us this particular break. And once the break is in, now we want to see price push to the lower. So if you look at what we look at on the dollar index, it is very simple. In the dollar index, we are looking at a short-term trend, and that short-term trend is affecting all the dollar related pairs, and so let's say in Aussie dollar too, we have a similar pattern, just like the ones we looked at in Kiwi dollar. And I've shared a lot of updates on this particular charts in Telegram and in most of our Facebook groups that I do post. Okay, I think this was May 14th, which was last week. So we were still looking at this particular one. So we are also looking for a wave B correction, which is ongoing now. A wave B correction, which is ongoing now on the Aussie dollar. So if we come straight into its what is happening this particular week, now we are seeing a leading diagonal for a wave 1. We want to still see price push to the high side for the wave B. Then once we get a very clear 3-wave move to the upside, that is where we are going to get a very good entry for the wave C, because we are looking for a wave Y to the downside. So as the USD, as the dollar index trending, then we are going to also make sure that we grab what we can grab from this particular wave C. So wait for a move to the downside. Once we get a move like this, then we are going to jump straight into it. So this particular week, this is what we are looking at. Price is going to give us a 3-wave or push higher. So we are looking for an ABC like this, So if we look at the lower time frame, then we are going to look at it. But if you are not yet in the trade, just be patient, because waiting is very important in trading. It is not always about entering trades. When you look at a pattern like this, then what is going to separate the profitable traders from those who can make something from the market is their patience to wait. Because sometimes when we look at patterns, we just jump in, but those who can wait, because you look at the market stays in correction mode for over almost 70% all the time. So whenever there is an impending impulse like this, definitely know that the number of time price used in traveling for the impulse, the corrective wave is going to be longer than that. That is why waiting is very important. So for today's impulse, there is a correction. Now, looking at inside that particular impulse that we are looking at now, there is this particular impulse. Be patient to wait a little for the correction to happen. And once you're able to wait and track the patterns that is happening on that particular side, then you are very certain that price is, you can get the move to the downside on this particular Aussie dollar for the wave C. So that is what we are looking at in Aussie dollar. Okay, Bobby is also saying, thanks, Master Pearl. If you are with us on YouTube, just jump straight into our and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help us grow the YouTube channel so that I can review and bring more of these contents to you with other contents also, which are coming in this particular subsequent weeks that is ahead of us. Okay, now let's jump straight into the USD Japanese yen, because I did get a lot of comments also to look at the Japanese the yen. So I'm going to look at the main one, which is the USD Japanese yen, which is also having a very interesting pattern. So in USD Japanese yen, we are looking at this particular move as a WXY for this particular wave 2. So if you look at this particular pattern, on the USD Japanese yen, let me quickly go to and give you a few view of what we are looking at on the USD Japanese yen. You know, our charts are very organized so that you can easily access them in the. So this is the members area of the legendary trade group, and we also have our community where we do look at the market analysis and everything, give 1-hour updates and daily updates to look for trading opportunities. So if you look at May 19th, this was what we were looking at on BTC. So we keep on giving updates 2-hour time frame, which I don't discuss on the live stream. So if you want to get more on these particular ones, just jump straight to pairmarkets.com, and take advantage of it, of what we are looking at. So there's a lot of updates updates on. So let's say this particular updates that we are looking on for that I just discussed on the Kiwi dollar in the legendary trade room, they are going to get 1 hour and a breakdown of what is happening bit by bit as we get more price action, on that, So let's look at the USD Japanese yen from this particular side. So this is the pattern we are looking at. In the legendary trade room, we do have we look at the daily, we look at the weekly. So let me just give you a free view of what we are looking at. So we have this particular move for the wave C. Then we have a wave 1 for a leading diagonal. Then we are looking at the WXY. So we are expecting price to push a little bit higher for this particular wave Y. Then we will start moving to the downside as the move for the dollar, the short-term trend that we are looking at, as if it completes, the USD Japanese yen can give us a very interesting risk to reward ratio on this particular daily. So this is what we are looking at. But on the 4 hour or this particular week, we want to see price move to the upside a little for this particular side. So we want to see price move to this particular upside for the USD Japanese yen. So if we come to the 4 hour time frame, if we come to the charts, then this is what we're looking at. So this is in the 4 hour, we are looking at the WXY. So we want to still see price move a little higher. And if price goes and we want to still see divergence also being in play, then once we get these divergence, then we are getting to know that, okay, price might start giving us the reversal that we are looking for. So wait a little for price to make a move to the upside. Then this particular week, look for a move to the downside on the USD Japanese yen. Let's say we are going to get that probably maybe on Tuesday once the market opens and we get this move to the upside. So the next pair that we are going to look at is the Aussie Japanese yen. We are looking at the yen pair. So let me also go straight into the Aussie Japanese yen, which is having a very similar and interesting scenario on that. So in Aussie Japanese yen 2 on the 4 hour, we are looking at an ABC. So with this particular end of this particular wave A, we are seeing a WXY, and wave B gave us a very interesting triangle scenario. So we want to see if it is a wave C, there's a possibility of price giving us an ending diagonal, which will keep on pushing. And once we start seeing a form of an ending diagonal, then we are certain that divergence might also be in play. So if we should break the top, if you should break this particular wave A top, then we want to see price also, the oscillator also breaking its top. But if we don't get that, then if the divergence starts kicking in, then it's giving us more confirmation that, okay, then price might possibly come down. So that is what we are looking for in the Aussie Japanese yen. We want to see price form a form of a wave C. It can be an impulsive move, but preferably I would prefer price giving us an ending diagonal for this Aussie Japanese yen. Okay, so now let's look at some few. We've looked at BTC, so let's quickly look at silver. Looking at the silver. Also, silver is also giving us a very interesting scenario. We've been scenario for some time. Now, this is what we're having for a move to the downside. So we have it with an ABC for this particular move, and now price is in this very interesting fib zone, 38.2 to 50% fib zone, and we want to see if we are going to get a turning point that we are looking at. So if you look at the wave C, now we have a nice 5 wave, 1 2 3 4 5, and the wave 5 was giving us a very nice bullish divergence from this particular side. So in signaling that, okay, there's a possibility that price may want to go. How do we know whether this is the beginning of the reversal that we are looking at? this alone is not enough for us to consider as an impulse, because this can also give us a pattern like this, an ABC for the wave 4, then we can make one more low. So with all these scenarios that we have, there's also possibility of a pattern like this for wave 4, a pattern like this for wave 4. But now if we are to go with the count that we are having, then we want to see price give us a move to the upside. Then if we see a 3-wave correction like this, then we are very certain that, okay, now price wants to move to the upside. So always there is pattern progression. So you need to understand what the price is doing, so that when you have the pattern, you don't just say that, okay, because you can count this as a 5-wave, that is all for it. So that is what we are looking also at silver. We want to see silver move to the upside. We want to see silver to move to the upside, but there's a possibility of an ending expanding flat for the wave 4. So look at the two scenarios, be patient, let the market gives you more price action on this particular pair, then you can look at it. So now that we're having silver, let's look at some few indices also. So let's look at the USDJPY, which is the most requested pairs, most requested pair. So now after this particular wave 1 and wave 2, after this particular wave 1 and wave 2, price moved to the upside for this wave 1, which we've discussed a lot about it from the weeks that came by. Then we want to see an ABC. So we've had a wave A. Then I'm looking at a triangle scenario from this particular pattern of an ABCDE. It can be a 3-wave pattern, but a triangle scenario will push it down after the triangle for a wave C to just see price coming into this particular 61.8 to 78.6 fib zone. So wait for how this particular pattern goes. We want to see how this whole correction unfolds. And if we get a triangle scenario, then you are very certain that, okay, you can start selling for the wave C. You are start selling for the wave C. And once we get into this particular fib level, then start looking for reversal signs inside this 61.8 to 78.6. So this particular week, we are looking for this downward move into this particular section after the wave B correction. So that is what we are looking for on the US 30. That is why let's quickly look at the NASDAQ also. In the NASDAQ too, we are still inside one this big leading diagonal that we've been looking at in for some time now, and price is still ongoing. We've had wave 1 and wave 2. Let's jump straight into the legendary trade room and pick NASDAQ from there. So we are still looking at this particular leading diagonal. So if you look at the trading view, that is where you're going to see the leading diagonal very well. So wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. So we want to see price come to this particular level, and if possible, test this particular leading diagonal resistance. This leading diagonal resistance, then we will start looking for a big correction to the downside. So as it stands now, price is still ongoing. It still has room to the upside. So that if you have any other questions, even if I'm not able to look at it through the live stream, I think I've answered most of your questions in these pairs. So just jump straight into you can go to your browser and look at pairmarkets.com, which is going to take you to this particular page, where you can our promo offer is still ongoing, so you can jump straight into and get either a lifetime access. And the interesting thing is now you can have access to our courses also, because it is not just about another. I want people to understand how to do these things on your own. You understand where it is coming, so that you can really manage your trade, because it's not only about getting signals and other things. If you don't understand what you are doing, if there is no update on the signal, you don't even know what to do. So my duty is always to make sure that you understand what we are doing, and you can get that one done by getting into any of our course, which the Wavematics Forex has treated. We treat everything about the wave principle to do advanced technical analysis. We've had a lot of models and a lot of lessons inside all these models, which apart from that, you can get your assignments and everything reviewed and addressed. So if you are looking at getting the best out of it, then if you take the lifetime or the annual subscription, then you can get free access to our course too, as you enjoy the trading room also. So that will be all for now. That will be all for now. If you have anything, you can let me know in the comment section. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'm going to be with you in the course of the week with updates. My name is Peter Pell, and I'm out for now.